There are moments in history when something appears in the sky, something unexplained, something observed by pilots or satellites, that forces us to question what we think we know about the world. And today, one of those mysteries revolves around a name whispered across UFO forums, aviation groups, and conspiracy communities: 31 Atlas. Some call it a code name, some call it a misidentified military project. Others believe it could be something far more mysterious, but whatever 31 Atlas is, it refuses to fit neatly into any explanation. Let's explore why some people believe 31 Atlas might not be man-made at all. The origin of the mystery. The term 31 Atlas first surfaced in online discussion threads connected to aerospace tracking logs. Observers monitoring classified air traffic, unknown aerial objects, and military testing zones noticed an anomaly, a repeatedly logged object referred to as 31 Atlas, appearing at high altitudes, moving in ways that didn't match known aircraft patterns, and sometimes vanishing off radar entirely. Unlike the dozens of typical military identifiers, which match known aircraft, drones, or satellites, this one stood out because 1. It had no known registration. 2. It didn't match the flight behavior of any commercial or military craft. 3. It appeared in zones where experimental testing rarely happens. 4. It reoccurred across multiple sightings but with no consistent origin point. That combination is rare enough to raise questions. The flight characteristics that don't make sense. What truly ignited the UFO speculation were the motion patterns described by people tracking the object. Accounts described sudden altitude jumps too fast for conventional aircraft, abrupt directional changes that defy inertia, silent movement even at high speeds, disappearance from radar not gradually but instantly, as if the object phased out rather than flew out. When an aircraft climbs, turns, or accelerates, it follows predictable physics-based curves. But 31 Atlas didn't. It moved almost like an algorithm, not a machine, snapping from point to point instead of transitioning smoothly. This is the same flight pattern shape described in famous Navy UFO encounters: rapid acceleration, no visible propulsion, and gravity-defying turns. So the question became, why does a supposedly terrestrial object behave like the Tic Tac, the gimbal, or the go-fast UFOs documented by US pilots? Extraterrestrial or extra-human? People who believe 31 Atlas may be non-human point to several features. The movement resembles the non-linear travel patterns reported in hundreds of pilot sightings. These crafts don't glide. They reposition, almost like they're skipping through space in small jumps. No visible propulsion means no combustion, no rotors, no wings. This is consistent with objects described across decades of sightings. They appear and vanish. Not slowly, not electronically, instantly. This raises a possibility discussed in theoretical physics. If an object manipulates space-time locally, even slightly, it could shift position in ways that look like jumps from our perspective. Is it evidence of advanced technology, or simply an illusion caused by sensors struggling to track something beyond their capability? We don't know, but the patterns are hard to ignore. The final question. Maybe 31 Atlas is a secret military platform that won't be revealed for another 20 years. Maybe it's a glitch, a misread, or a data corruption artifact. Or maybe it's one of the many unidentified objects that pilots, radar operators, and scientists have spent decades quietly studying. Something that behaves like nothing we've engineered. Something that moves with control but without physics as we know them. Something that appears and leaves no trace behind. If even one of these sightings is real, truly real, then the question is no longer is it a UFO, but rather, how long has it been watching us?